a painter wants to paint something they thought of, right? Or being creative, rather. What would happen is they have a canvas, right? But with this canvas, it has to start somewhere. It doesn't just become a canvas. You know, some canvases are paper or whatever, and that paper was once a tree. You know, before it was paper, it was a tree. You know, but that tree got cut down.
Distraction.
It was.
You've just stepped into An Empty Street, a podcast where we casually engage in difficult conversations about relationships, wealth, and health. We are just three curious gentlemen who ask questions almost about everything, and our aim is to find answers from others and within ourselves. We sit down every week to explore unaltered conversations. So let's walk the talk together, and welcome to the Empty Street Podcast.
In 3,
2,
1.
we're rolling. Welcome to the Empty Street Podcast.
We back
alive.
with another one.
Another Tuesday.
That's another Tuesday.
It's another week.
Coming to you live from the outside.
Yeah, man.
CBD.
Yeah, still CBD, Pretoria
Victoria
CBD.
CBD.
Yeah. Just a little bit closer sunny side.
You think so? I mean, sunny side is still
When
far.
you're going this direction.
Yeah,
still
Maya,
far.
yeah, still far. Because would you consider Stayland sunny side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stayland is part of sunny side. Mara, if you go right, then you're going to Arcadia.
Yeah.
Because the next street is Arcadia.
It's Arcadia, yeah.
And then if you go that way, it's sunny side.
Yeah.
Because this side would
So
be
maybe it's in the
Sunny
middle.
Park. It's in Phakathi, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
How's,
That has been a question.
how's your week been?
The week just started, so
Yeah.
Nothing much
can't
yet.
complain
Yeah.
much. Oh, you're asking about last week?
Yeah, Angie, since the last time
Since-
I've seen you guys, fellas, there's a lot that is happening.
Yeah.
too.
It's not actually.
You can
Can't
push
complain
it.
much. It's just pushing every day, showing up every day. Basically.
The pinch of salt.
Yeah.
I asked this because like there was a question I came across,
Yeah.
and I think it's a broad question,
Yeah.
but it could be something that could be small or big.
Yeah.
So the question was basically. But the question was, but the question was basically about whether us as humans are we better or good at like creating things, or are we better at destroying things?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, based off the question already, you can tell that it could be a broad question, you
Yeah,
know, or it
yeah.
could be something really small. So I want us to, unpack that question if we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From global to the most smallest thing you can think of. So I'd ask first whether we're good at creating or destroying. That would be the first question.
Well, obviously, by looking at things, we've been doing both. We've created a lot, and we've distracted a lot. We've destroyed a lot.
Yeah.
And I'd incline more on
The
the
creation.
destroying part. As much as we've created a lot, I
Such,
think
yeah.
we've destroyed more
Just
than
as much.
we've created. I'm saying that because creation takes effort. Creation, you have to be active in the process of creating.
You have to be
something.
conscious.
You have to be conscious, and you have to have resilience as well to fail and to go back and find other ways. So creation is more consuming,
Yeah. They destroy.
right? When you look at destroying, it's like you can do it carelessly without even applying any effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
In less time.
So do you then think that destroying is easier then?
Yeah,
as compared to
destroying
like
is
creating?
easier compared to
Destroying.
creating. And I think as humans we are prone to always choosing the easiest thing to do. Yeah, one. But in this, if we put how much we've created, like on a global scale, compared to how much we've destroyed, I'd say
It's even.
we are at a balance.
Yeah, I think it's even because I mean, just to think about it on a global scale, right? I think about things like let's think of what we've created, right?
Yeah.
Let's say in the beginning, whatever beginning this is, where it was just land, né? Umhlaba, okay. And then we knew that there were things called dinosaurs.
Yeah.
We knew that there were things called dinosaurs, but we've never seen them, Teenage. And why is it that we never saw it? It's because we lived a life that led these creatures get extinct. You know, they were destroyed in the making. You know, and through that we started taking more land. You know, I mean, their reasons for being extinct could be something else. It might not be man-made, right? But I feel like we contributed to certain things being extinct. Look at now what's happening with rhinos. Rhinos get poached. You know, elephants get poached. Those kind of things. That's destructive. You know, and you're doing that just for a bag. You know, I mean, because all you want to do is sell the ivory.
What do they do with them?
They take the tusks.
No, they sell them, and then the people who buy them, what do they do with them?
They create
It's
something.
free.
create something.
Yeah, it's to create something, or it's just a signal of just a token,
Signal of wealth,
a token of wealth or whatever the case is. But sometimes, they do create stuff. You know, and so that actually that's crazy. It's like you're destroying something to create
something.
Yeah, that's messed up. So then, which one then comes first then? To create, do you have to destroy?
Yeah.
Or do you create and then you destroy? Or
I mean, if you can go
do
to
both
the
apply?
conspiracy of the Big Bang,
Do both apply?
it was destruction
Big
before
Bang.
creation.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
go to a Big Bang.
Yeah, with
But what
the
we
Big
do
Bang.
mostly, we create to destroy. Because whatever we create, it end up destroying something.
Yeah. But now think about it on a global scale again. Before there were tar, streets, buildings, there was land, grass. What happened to that grass? Was destroyed.
Destroyed it.
Well,
Yeah.
And then
To
we
create something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think in essence, what would then start would be destruction.
Destruction.
Yeah. Destruction would then be what happens before creation happens. You know, I mean, think of painting. Painting is also another flip anatomy we can try and break down. Because
Painting.
Yeah, painting. So if a painter wants to paint something they thought of, right, or being creative rather, what would happen is they have a canvas, right? But with this canvas, it has to start somewhere. It doesn't just become a canvas. You know, some canvases are paper or whatever, and that paper was once a tree. You know, before it was paper, it was a tree. You know, but that tree got cut down.
Destruction.
It was destruction. You know, and then he ended up being able to have a canvas, to paint
paper,
on. You know,
we ended up
to
having
draw on.
papers as well.
Yeah, you have paper,
Yeah.
you have tables, you have all these things.
Whereas
so through
also
that
we-
destruction.
whereas we still need oxygen. We need
You know,
tree
you
for
still need
oxygen.
it. So, I mean, that's why it's like a broad conversation, dog. It's
Yeah.
endless.
And like
It's
now,
endless.
there's studies from Harvard that I've seen. I think they are from 2019. Just don't remember the person who conducted them.
Yeah.
So it came out that we as human beings have actually occupied 70% of
The
Earth.
planet.
Earth. Of obviously excluding
Land.
land,
Just
excluding
land.
oceans
Yeah,
and all
just
of that.
land.
We've occupied them.
70% of it.
70% of land is occupied it. So you get to see with it. At some point we could be extinct, as other conspiracy has been saying.
Debugged, yeah.
Yeah, with it. We could be extinct. And maybe that's why Elon Musk wants us to move up there.
But somehow, because if now we're talking about the trees, then for trees, then we need oxygen from them. Then from there, coal was created.
Yeah. Fossil
And
fuels.
then now you check the effect. Yeah, go on.
Global-
You see, it came with the heavy metal.
Yeah.
Then it destroyed.
Pollution.
Yes, yeah, but you shy pollution.
Yeah, pollution.
Then whereas the trees are being cut down.
Yeah.
So now we're facing more pollution. At the same time, there are more cars.
Yeah,
Everyone wanna buy a
emission.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole lot more emission now than there was CO2 emission. I think carbon dioxide than there was probably 10 years down the line. Because there's way more people buying cars now, and you can see it in traffic though.
Yeah.
You can see.
Congestion buyer now. There's
Yeah.
a lot more congestion now than there was probably 10 years down, because more and more people are getting cars. You know, even if it's not necessary. If you keep him out when you go into the state theater, it's right here, but you want to take your own car. You know, when there's things like taxis, now you can even request. You don't even have to get into a taxi. You know? When you request, it's a car that's already on the road. Why don't you use that car and save yours? I mean, you're saving gas, you're saving your carbon footprint is less.
But I don't think we care as people with
Nah,
that.
we don't.
Like we see
We don't care.
Elon Musk creating Tesla, and you don't understand
Why?
why.
Yeah, where
and
is that coming from?
The goal for that guy
Yeah.
is for him to decrease the carbon footprint.
Yeah, our carbon footprint is
We are one. So the more electric cars we have, the more things are converted to be more electronic, so that they don't like have
burn too much fuels.
yeah. At least we can be able to live on, compensating for the fact that we are just cutting trees out. We are on.
But
So-
don't you think even that will have an effect? Because when we started this conversation, we said we're destroying to create.
Of course, everything has its side effects.
But eventually, I think
And
eventually
sometimes our destruction have came from we want to solve something,
Yeah.
whereas we have to destroy
So
something
it's
so that
things
to
to-
solve that
solve
problem
something.
that we think we have.
Same
So
as
it has
cars.
been that.
Cars. Today we have these cars.
Yeah.
Same thing. We were trying to
when
make
they
our
started,
lives
they
easy.
they tried making
Yeah.
being mobile
Yeah.
easier,
Yeah.
but now it's to our own detriment.
Yeah, because now also, you're gonna walk to work a very long distance. You're gonna walk 4 hours to work. We'll figure that you're no longer productive
Yeah.
because
So curtailed.
So at least it cut that off. You take your horse. Your horse is now you think maintenance
Izokhathala.
where you feed it, and you actually worry about putting it somewhere and being
Can get stolen.
or someone getting to steal it.
Yeah.
So Imoto got to solve that problem, and then there were the security aspects involved in that. Which we have these alarm systems in our cars so that theft is less. So we always trying to
Improve.
khona lento lebeyenzeka kudala mawuzo hamba ngehashi ne
Yeah.
hamba ngehashi into mala ihashi nenkomo ziyakaka
Yeah.
then masikaka ukuthi mawukhona ukuthatha amasimba bathi mawuthela etshanini yakho
manure.
uyamanure
Fertilize.
uyakhona ukufertilize yabona izinto ezikanjalo asisayisebenzisi now no longer use that whereas they have an impact on a positive
I
but
think-
now we're using imoto because wona iyakhona ukuthi zifast then lazy and lazy uyasibona ukuthi next thing iyatshontshwa but lana uyazi ukuthi kunama-tracker
Yeah.
kunani nani le yazi ube ngakhona ukuthi ungayi-tracker.
like for instance layout golf la uvule ama-pipes wakhe and the sound eyenza ikhula but you don't understand your carbon footprint. And we don't care
And then
much
that one is
because
contributing
it's
too
not
much.
real.
Yeah.
As we were having a conversation earlier about like off cam about in our global warming, it has been there.
Yeah.
But it's only now that we realize hey, this winter is fucking cold. This winter, this summer is too hot, and we don't understand how we've contributed throughout the years to climate change as well. What are the factors that are contributing to climate change?
And these things, man, they end up. I think it's our ozone layer that covers us and too much exposure to UV sunlight. Or UV rays. So that layer is basically getting thinner. And when that starts getting thinner, that's why now she's
Oh yeah.
and the thinner it gets, the more we get exposed to sunlight, and it's not good sunlight because it's UV rays. So that's why sometimes people put on, I think it's SPF 40. You see on the sunscreen, it has SPF 40 or lip balm yellow, orange or yellow. It's written SPF 40. So it's basically like sunscreen. So that SPF 40 or 50 is the chemical they use that protects you from UV sunlight. Too much exposure.
Imagine. And this guy, this video I saw briefly on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen some of his videos where he was in this other video. But I explain to DJ Smooth. I think it's in Mpumalanga.
Yeah.
But the stones, and then there's he was explaining when the sun first comes up, it hits that part. I just forgot where that was. No?
What's that place? Fuck. Those stones have been there, right?
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah.
And
I
think even
they also show Kale and
I think even who also touched on this? Sizo Makatin. Scoop. Yeah.
Oh.
Scoop also spoke on the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a place in Mpumalanga, and I think another reason they got that name is because of that place.
Yeah.
But
So that guy who I don't know, he welcomes the tourists there and just educates them about the place. I just don't remember his name or the name of that place. So what he was saying in that specific video, he was explaining to these white people that if we can take gold, like the mineral,
the mineral,
take gold and like grind it until it's small particles, and then we try to put it in the air, it can actually stay there and coat us from
sunlight.
Yeah, from the what's this word? For a lack of a better word, from extensive UV rays, or from the state of our climate, man. I found it interesting, but I couldn't find the video again to just listen, because more big video with TikTok and then you press refresh by mistake and then it's gone, and you actually couldn't see Uguti, like get grasp full context of it. So it's what you're saying, Uguti. These are things I think this guy Begash Uguti, we are one Uguti, the ozone layer is actually thinning up. So what would help with that is actually taking gold particles.
Yeah, but how would you do that though?
But I don't know, dog. That's the thing. I don't know.
That's outer space.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ozone
But I'm
layer.
sure there will be a way.
They float, they are it. So if you actually so floater, but you can cover the entire.
Hey, that's my question now. How do you make it now?
Yeah.
Cover the whole planet.
Yeah.
But there will be a way one day.
Hey, another thing I discovered last week is that Iceland, when Iceland there's never sun.
Yeah.
That planet here to my rotator, sun doesn't actually hit that place. That's why it's always icy there. So it's like the sun
even
is
when
here
it orbits,
and it rotates this way, but it misses the Iceland.
that part specifically.
Yeah. That part of our planet.
So
that's why it's always
so
cold there. Abanalanga. So that's how I tell abantu bakhona.
So there's
They're paid.
Eskimos there. Man.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something about Elon Musk and like colonizing outer space, colonizing other planets, right?
Yeah.
My thought with that is, even if we had to leave South Africa, or not even South Africa, basically our planet, right? And we go colonize a different planet. We're gonna get there, and the first thing we're gonna do is destroy.
Do you know the
That's
series,
the first
The
thing.
100?
Yeah.
The 100,
Yeah,
It's basically something
basically
like
that. There's a theory of the 100. It was actually we are not the first people
On
here
Earth.
on this planet. So we destroyed this planet
Before.
and then
Came back.
there was an Elon Musk that time who was like, hey, let's go out.
go back.
And then human beings got instinct here
On
Earth, and then they started their life there, and then they were like, let's go back now.
been
After
time.
100 years now,
Yeah.
we can go there. The trees are there. Everything is
They're
just
alive,
The planet is renewed. And
Yeah.
it got in its time
Oxygen.
to actually recover itself. So they came back. Guess
Just
what
to
they
distract
did?
it again.
Destroy it again.
Yeah, even
So
they destroy even when they land.
Yeah.
When they land.
Yeah. I'm starting to think life is just a cycle.
Yeah, I mean, you
Like,
can't have
it's-
one
it's-
without the other.
It's chaos and order.
Yeah, it's chaos and
It's the
order.
yin and the yang.
Yeah, that's
And
basically
the same
it.
thing, I think series, know, but it was more, let's just come like we check and I'm gonna with but it was more about disease. So, na river. Le river le abantu bakhona ukuthi usime khona manje lokho kudala bokhona usami usima vele ku river imhlale khona so labantu labo bebayenza bebaya ku river bafike balahle khona ama lezinto zabo ze pollution are polluted that side somehow but try to create a disease from there so bashale ya disease izoba da and bese buya when you swim then ibamba wena then mayibambe wena then you spread then we spread and then they come with the cure.
I think that's something that's happening.
Yeah,
that's happening.
happening.
And it's justifiable. They create something for a reason. They distract something for a reason. For instance, mind you, we've been dealing with viruses and COVID. And it's part of capitalism as well. They create this disease
someone's
so that
benefits.
they can benefit.
Someone's benefits.
They can create this disease in an excuse we are populated. So we just want to
decrease.
Cut the footprints down.
But it's an excuse though.
Yeah, it's just an excuse, dog. It's just an excuse. I think if ever we look at it from a biblical context or a religious context, whoever created this planet knew that we're gonna procreate like no one's business. And there's gonna be a lot of us. And then when you're trying to play God and try to limit the amount of people here
that live on Earth.
Why?
That live on Earth. I mean, I feel like now we've even jumped into how we each other distract each other. You know, this is now, which also just shows that it's not only the planet that we destroy or create, but we also destroy and create each other also.
Yeah.
You know, because
so
what you
just said,
the effects are limitless. You know, what you just said now, we create these diseases and viruses. And then only to benefit from them later. You know, there's a pharmaceutical that benefits because there's an outbreak of some virus or whatever, and they know that no, you know what, we can actually heal or cure this disease. Then obviously, what's the benefit?
And I want to back because immediately mabayenza lento le. But now we check in day one. Because as humans, we are more concerned about leaving the legacy. We're more concerned about leaving the legacy for our kids.
Yeah.
So the only thing we focus on making money. But now umntwana kumasomzali masekafika la uyophila kanjani. There's a lot that is happening. There's pollution, and now kunama disease avela out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So we're more concerned about mangizomshayela imali. Then masisuka lapha phinde leyo mali leyo phinde imshaye futhi. Then sekabuya sekaba destroy yafa. Then maybe ukhule uzobaba creating the disease. We are continuing nangelegacy. So okay, babe kashalisa. Now let me continue. And I wanna ease because at the end of the day, ngokumhlaba lo. Uphinde bashaye. Because nabaphinde bafe. Either way.
That's the ultimate destruction.
Yeah, one. Noma kuthiwa ucreate kanjani uzama ukuthi abantu ababhali bamise njengamanje iCovid. Covid ifikile noto uyabona ukuthi ibulala abantu ababhali ukuthi abheka ababhali futhi ababenefitile and still nama
benefit from politicians to pharmacies.
Babhali abantu ababenefitile bafaka nayenye manje izayo. Uyabona ukuthi lezi zinto soloko zikanje. Always masiphila mele vele shaking. But what's next? What's next? Then bese personally so uyabona sinathi singabantu sinalento ukuthi ke esibulalana ngayo sila umuntu umbulala ispirit sakhe or even ubuntu bakhe ukuthi angasakhona ukuthi avule kuseni because the way ubona that's why kunalento enokutrend abathi the only thing that you can do for a human being just be generous. Just be nice because we as human beings are going through a lot. Sisona yabona umuntu just ngegama eliwani ukudestroy you.
Before you go there, Donna, something to touch again. This thing ends up like the virus is created for whatever cause. So there's also the type of food we eat as well. With the type of food we eat as well, there's just a lot.
Is this the self?
Because mind you can ask people, why aren't you eating your greens? Veggies are expensive.
They're not nice.
They are not expensive, dog. But this is just something that has been around. But if you look at it, if you go for junk food or easy food or fast food, versus your greens.
Yeah.
Your greens, they are expensive. Let's say they are expensive here. But it's an expensive that you can deal with now and live a healthy life.
Lifelong,
but
yeah.
if you go for the cheaper stuff now, because they are cheap,
The impact it has.
they're gonna cost you when you have diabetes, when you have
all these
cancer, when you have these diseases that you're gonna be seeing.
Hypertension and shit.
Yeah.
Well,
When they affect your mental as well, mental that you're gonna pass to your child, because food is part of DNA.
Yeah, it's part of
Food forms your DNA as a human being. So that's why they say,
Watch what you eat.
one. So
But are we more
if
concerned
ever
about-
I would be healthy, it's gonna affect your brain, it's gonna affect your body, and you're gonna pay doctors at the long run. So if you look at it, it's exactly the same thing, but you just pay more when you're not eating.
Yeah, you pay
But
more.
And
are
you're
we as
not gonna
people
enjoy
educated?
your life
Long term.
Long term,
Your life expectancy gets shorter.
Yeah.
But are we
Because there's
educated
a
about
lot.
that?
Yeah.
Are we educated about that? Or do we
But I
know?
think at this point we
We all know.
Yeah,
we
we
all
should- we
know.
all know better.
Bona man just
We all
started
know
to water nathi. There's
Mara, we know
oil
better.
there.
Hey.
We know ukuthi
high
it's not-
cholesterol foods.
Yeah.
We know better. Mara,
Then Mara should be back to that point ukuthi we choose an easy way out.
yeah, I
Yes.
mean, doing the hard thing is always harder.
guess.
Yeah.
We just said doing what's difficult takes more.
Distraction is easy.
Yeah, distraction
We
is
just
just-
distracted
yeah.
ourselves.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I'm done.
instead
Well,
of
no, angithi yes ushilo naye. Uthe masothala ngoba washo na ukuthi into easy ile.
Hey,
Yakuthola it was easy than so those complicated izinto. So into kanjalo ukuthi we eating we're not eating healthy because we're trying to make sure that we eat nice and
you want
also
to enjoy your food.
enjoy your food.
But
at the
who's
same
to say
time.
that you don't want to enjoy your greens?
But other people ukhumbula ukuthi mangavange e-restaurant mangifike khona lezi zinto lapha lezihlanhla mangithi ngiyazizwa phela uyidla raw and uyayizwa ukuthi ayikho mnandi like ayikho mnandi
Really?
abanye abantu hayi ukuthi abayidli because abakhona ukuyi-afford
Yeah.
but they can afford it but it doesn't
It's just
taste
not
for
nice.
them yabona so ileyo one of those choices then bese kube nguwe-ke wena uyakhona ukuthi uma uyithenga uzidle then mathiwa ugcina soyijwayela because ile nto lokuthi as long as u-constant ngayo ugcina seyi-taste yakhona igcina seyifamile because whatever into oyidlayo today ileyo taste igcine seyabafamile yabona fana njenge
If you can watch the documentary Game Changers, have you watched it?
No, not
Game
yet.
Changers. I think this is the second time
Yeah,
I'm mentioning
third
this.
time.
And ngakutshela ukuthi
Third time.
ibheke. Yeah,
It's the third
Game
time
Changers.
we've
If
been
you can
mentioned.
watch it, at
Yeah.
least the mindset could change a bit about ama fast food and
All those foods.
and greens.
yeah.
So yeah, let's go back to what you were talking about. Ukuthi as people, we are destroying each other by words.
No, yeah,
We
by
are
way.
destroying each other by undermining each
other.
other.
Yeah.
For instance, even on social media.
Distraction.
Social media, there's social network, Twitter.
Distraction.
It's either it
But
can
then
make you
it
or break
shows,
you.
and it shows you that people like toxicity, bro. The amount of people that flood towards Twitter just for that kind of content, it just shows you how our minds are actually wired.
But I mean, I'm telling before even you tweet.
Yeah.
Before social media figure yon. Ngikhumbula even back then sakhula. Bona back then sakhula social media bengekho blind. Bengekho powerful as powerful now. So into be powerful the gossip.
Yeah.
People standing in a corner.
Yeah, the gossip.
Yangithola
Yeah,
the
it's the
gossip.
gossip.
Iqale dada idea.
Yeah.
Because
And
any
bese lo muntu
platform-
abagosipa ngayo makadlula.
Yeah.
Bambheka ngelihlo.
Uyangithola.
Uyabona?
Bekunalento usaba ngisho kendini.
Yeah. Ngoba uyazi ukuthi
Mawubuye lapha there's a lot that will be said about you.
Bame ngami.
Uyabona bame ngawo mawusuka lapha i-topic. Uyangithola and sometimes uyakhona ukuzwa ukuthi bakhuluma ngani and you can't respond because mawusosaba ukuthi uzohlekwa or uzothi ukhuluma lo bakutshela izinto ezibhayi the next thing into encane ntwana ozoyizwa bayisho ngawo maybe let's say ufat yakhumbula that time ukhuluma ngawo ukuthi waba fat and there was a lot of things
Backlash.
that said ngithola ngawo the next thing sothiwa ngisho
Believe
uphuma
kuma comments.
Yeah.
Bayasho ukuthi until you
can't
see
believe
pictures,
it.
Yeah,
there's no
ngiyakuthola.
pictures, there's no pictures.
So izinto ezikanjalo into ezincane uyabona and nasikhathi lezi especially kubantu abancane ungakabi strong ukuthi ungakhona ukuthi handle maybe criticism uyabona so next thing umuntu usho into encane uyabona ukuthi maybe incane ukuthi fat uyavaya endlini now mofika lapho sakhona ukuphuma
That destroy.
bekudestroya la idea so uyayibona ukuthi even nalabantu abacreate i-social media bayibona they understood ukuthi siphila
Yeah,
kanjani
kanjani.
then bayibona ukuthi now let's make this thing be digital
Yeah.
then they create the social media. Then from there, I think about West.
But do you understand that it could have been anything? Twitter could have been anything.
Yeah.
They could
But
have
but us humans being us, we made it what it is today. It just shows our own
I think we
nature.
branded.
Yeah, it shows our nature as humans. It's busy turn up. It's to bring each other down, to talk shit, and all of that stuff in between.
Khona lento Sasha usase high school bebayibizwa toilet.
Yeah, bengifuna wait. I wanted to bring it up. Yabona before more social media. Yabona toilet dog was nonsense.
I don't know toxic fine.
At a huge scale.
A big
At a
blind
huge
idea.
scale.
Yo umuntu destroy la abantu khona umntu destroy lo wasuka ngisho uzeske. Sangaphinde.
I know that.
Azange
Toilet
aphinde.
was not healthy.
Riding ngekho
It was
here.
not
And abasheshe bayibona. I think azange ihlale
yeah,
isikhathi
zange
eside.
ihlale isikhathi.
It was, I think they might drill it down. It was area, scalar, which school, and then it's still drilled down until you figure lao and uko. I was also.
When mawukwaba khona toilet.
Angazi.
Ngale nge-Facebook.
No, you're not thinking.
Ukwaba khona bakudinga ngawo. Akaze bakufana.
No.
Kahle yona be more about especially labantu abangathi ba popular. Bebescale once oba popular and wenza something
Yeah,
then ungena la and ku easy ukuthi sibe awethu nikhuluma ngobani. Unlike uzolandela uSK uhlala ehlele lapha ekhoneni. Awubani ozowazi ngeSK. Manje sifuna lezi ezipopular. So bebashaya kanjalo mara as the way boyibona ngakhona esibesiphetha bo lezi abo mix it, you know there's more about a relationship.
Yeah, it's about dating.
So it is a thing.
Forgot about to go.
So at least there's been contributing factor yakbe more about a relationship than this one. And then babuya about I tweet. Twitter mayiqala yaqala kahle be platform yani. What was the main aim here?
I mean, it was 140 characters, dog. There was not much to say there. So it was just
mini blog.
Yeah, it was mini blog because there was not much you could say of it. That was the idea.
And then people are creating threads, and then they're like, okay, let's
extend more characters. From there,
But otherwise, if you're enjoying this conversation and you're still with us, just don't forget to hit like, share this episode with other people that you think might enjoy it as well. And subscribe down there.
Yeah, I think it's ready.
But let's move into how we create and destruct ourselves. How we create and destroy ourselves.
I mean, I think from the creation part, it would obviously be the
self-development. Self-actualization,
self-improvement, like trying to work on yourself, trying to be a better version of yourself. That would
competing with the yesterday version of
the past self, that would be creative. The destructive parts of ourselves, I would say, is the alcohol, the toxic nature that we sometimes find ourselves in, those type of lifestyles that lead to our own detriment. They don't help and build us. They're not constructive, but they're more destructive. If all you're doing is going out and the only thing you get from going out is just drunk and an empty pocket, those are the only two things.
Every week,
week in, week out. Those are the two things you're chasing every time. You're just chasing this high of getting drunk. And most of the times when you do get drunk, your bad decisions are made.
You're gonna make bad decisions.
You're gonna make bad decisions, or
you're gonna slack.
Yeah, you're gonna slack. Your brain is already numb, so you're not in your right mind.
So basically, if you constantly chase the dopamine hits, you are doomed for failure. You are doomed for destruction.
Correct. You're doomed for destruction.
And getting those things that are gonna give you the dopamine hits, that are gonna give you the good feeling, good emotions, are the things that are easier.
Obviously.
They're just easier. Picking a bottle and pointing it up it's easier. Sleeping until 12 p.m. knowing that you have to be doing something is easier. Like being on your phone and just scrolling for the next interesting video is easier. And those are the things that are gonna bring you back in your life. Sitting in your room and just playing video games for 6 hours, 10 hours, you know that
nothing is gonna come.
Nothing
eating a lot of junk.
Yeah,
it's easy.
Yeah, the
of
food we
course.
eat
Yeah,
also.
yeah,
We
it's
just
really
spoke
talking
about
Choosing the
that.
people that are gonna you'll associate yourself with can also have a great impact into whether you're heading for destruction or you're heading for creation, which is a new person that you want to be each and every single day. And self-improvement is not easy. That's another thing, because it means that you have to do the
Constant.
hard things each and every single day.
Constant.
And what I posted the other day is that what I've realized in my life at this point right now, it's like everything, like almost everything that in order for it to work or in order for you to be successful in it, you have to have some repetitive actions or be consistent into an extent for it to produce the fruitful results that you would be looking for. Like each and every single thing, you just have to wake
up
up,
for
do
it.
it every day. Wake up, do it. Yeah, show up each and every single day until you get those results. And it's even the small little things.
Yeah.
For instance, if you wake up today and read one page of a book, wake up tomorrow, read one page of a book. In 365 days,
That's a whole
it's
book.
1% each and every single day. You've improved yourself 365% compared to who you were before you
last
actually
year.
opened the book.
I think in this kulme ngayo on episode 3 whereby bisikhuluma about health.
Health, yeah.
Yeah. I think yizo lezi zinto lezi sikhulume kakhulu ngazo ukuthi at least you need to show up every day.
Yeah.
Elebo yisho ukuthi esikhathi sikubuza ukuthi what do? You just show up.
Yeah, showing
Angithola
up,
and you keep on doing this without even thinking about it.
Just fall in love with the process.
Yangithola.
Have a system that you're gonna put into place and just fall in love with that system. Don't fix yourself on results and everything, because when you're actually doing your plan, you would have known if I keep on doing this, I'll be that. So you just focus on doing it every day, showing up every day.
Yeah. Nalo postpone, ulawa ulo postpone izinto.
Procrastination.
Yeah,
I think and that's also destructive.
Yeah, it's destructive.
Procrastinating. But I think sometimes we procrastinate because we either don't know what tomorrow holds or we're scared of what it has in store for us. So it's like, you're scared to find out what the end result will be if you actually chase this thing you busy procrastinating.
And
You know,
starting
it's
something
like
nice
it's like if now you have your mindset on studying further, you want this master's degree or whatever. You know what has to get done for you to get there, right? There's a whole bunch of studying that has
Yeah.
So now your fears of studying are in the way of you getting there, because now you constantly think, ish, now I have to go back into studying, and you know that's the last thing you like. You fear, you even fear that fact of failing.
Yeah.
With ish, if I fail, it's more. You know. So there's all these things that you try to convince yourself will stand in the way of actually you getting what you want. But if you just shut that part of your mind out and you just focused on the end goal, then you won't even worry about it. You're just enjoying the process. You know, like, tomorrow's a test. Get that test, knock it out. Next test comes, knock it out. Same thing as working out. Gym, you show up to gym, you work out. Tomorrow you show up. After 2 months, you look in the mirror and like, now I'm looking totally different. You know, and so on and so goes.
Khona lento leyo wayisho ukuthi the baby steps.
Yeah.
Ngithola. Kana baby steps uthi every day. Yabona if njengayo ufuna maybe say ufuna ukujima. One push up a day. Don't have to ushaye 10. Ushaye 1. Uthi 1 sase uyabuya Tuesday uthi 2. Angithola
Next week
every
ushaya
day.
2.
Next week uyabuya ushaya 2. Angithola into ezikanjalo akusiyinto kumele ukuthi but just le ukuthi effect ukuthi uyayenza.
Yeah.
Same as njengale podcast. Today exists is because
We keep showing up.
Lento le esayisho ukuthi instead ukuthi asilinde ukuthi sithole lo nalo. Let's just start.
Yeah.
Then today exists, today is is because we started.
Yeah, and if you look at it, we actually have a plan. You would see, okay, this is what we want to achieve, and if ever we want to achieve that, we should do this and this and this and this and this.
In order to achieve this.
Yeah, and then okay, that system is set. Okay, it's fine. Let's put the results away now. Let's just keep on doing these things until we get the evidence. Okay,
it works.
We actually there, man.
Yeah.
We've achieved whatever we wanted to achieve. And another thing, to Misho Mande, is fear.
Yeah.
If you ever know, will people agree with what we are talking about? Will
Definitely.
people, how will people
How it perceive
react
it.
to us? Because now, if ever you're talking your mind out to podcast, it's actually taking your brain and putting it up there and actually letting people judge your intelligence, judge your reasoning, and judge your character as well.
And
putting
which is
yourself
what
to be
people are good
criticized.
at.
Yeah. So now it's a matter of like the problem here too is fear. Most of the time, we are not where we want to be because fear and uncertainty. Sometimes you get uncertain with it.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
What will the result be? But at least if you fail, you're gonna be steps closer and you know what
try.
you do.
Yeah.
You try. You
Next
do your
time,
best.
that means
Because
next time you do it better.
one thing you can regret is not doing something.
Yeah.
You can never regret doing something. That you wanted
I
to do.
remember we as young people, we have nothing to lose but everything to gain, and also an experience to gain from everything we touch, on everything we do. As long as you put yourself out there, as long as you put those baby steps, as long as you do something, there's something that you will learn. There's always a takeaway.
Yeah.
Same as now today, the podcast is a fail, but we know we have a lot
try.
that we have learned.
Yeah,
from
there's
it.
definitely a lot.
There's a
Yeah.
lot.
A lot.
There's a lot.
A lot.
And even not even from how to grow a YouTube channel or social media.
From this conversation.
Personal. It's a personal level.
And actually having that consistency with it. If ever I started something, gotta go with it.
Yeah, just run with
just gotta go with it.
Run with it.
I want.
So
You learn to build a confidence with it. Even the business is bias no we plan as but we need that confidence, that build up with it. Let's start something and be consistent with it. Then so it's pushing. Then from there even a habit. This then is build the confident. Then from there you move. You're unstoppable. You move. Unstoppable.
I think we've said it all.
because this is really broad. It's interesting.
It's broad. I think there's
very
a lot we didn't cover, obviously. And with the time that we have,
it's with reason that we didn't cover everything. And
and it's an open conversation so that other people can come as well. And
we can still even have the conversation on the comment section. Continue with it.
We good, nah? Any last words?
I don't have any last words.
That's you.
Last
That's
words,
surprising.
Memento mori, memento vivere.
Yeah,
Remember you must die.
Remember you must live.
That's chaos and order.
Yeah, it's chaos and all. That's basically what
and construction.
During the week when I was school about you and remember you must remember you die, remember you must live. The school and there was this point to which there is this question that you always have to ask yourself: are you living the happiest life, or are you living the life that you want? So every day, more, whatever you do,
make it to the fullest.
So is it contributing to the person you want to be or to your happiness? So I think is one of the things individually. So I think those one we can take it as the last one.
What do you want to talk about? The film. It's not a film. Next time. Dala bakcela even isikhathi bahleli lapha. Please.
You don't understand. We must have a kids edition.
Limited edition.
You just have kids and let them talk up a storm.
But how
their life. Speak about life from their age. See what are they, where they at? You know where they at.
I can just keep in select a topic for them.
Because you can actually have a constructive conversation with kids.
With kids.
Just to, I think we should try. Just
try
have one kid. Or two.
And have an actual constructive conversation. Don't treat them
about
as a
life.
kid. Don't
about
treat them
life.
as a kid.
About life.
I think that would be interesting.
But as always saying, take care of yourself.
it.